Imagine waking up in the heat of an Egyptian morning. You walk to the river for your daily drink. The air smells warm and fresh. You've done this 1,000 times before, but today, something is wrong. The water is no longer the gentle blue you've always known. It's thick, deep red, and smelling of death. Fish float lifeless. The stench is overpowering. Villagers scream. Mothers cover the eyes of their children. Panic spreads like wildfire. This isn't a nightmare. This is biblical history, and it's about to shake Egypt to its very core. Long before that morning, God had sent Moses to Pharaoh with a clear command: "Let my people go." But Pharaoh was proud, unmoved. His heart was hard as the stones of his palace. Moses stood before him, staff in hand, speaking with the authority of the Lord. Yet Pharaoh's face showed no fear, only cold defiance. So God would give him a sign he could not ignore. The next day, Moses walked to the banks of the Nile, the very lifeline of Egypt. This river fed their crops, sustained their cattle, quenched their thirst. Without it, Egypt would crumble. With the elders of Israel watching, and the people of Egypt looking on in confusion, Moses lifted his staff high into the sunlight. The wind seemed to still. His voice rang out, "This, and at God's command, he struck the water. In an instant, the sparkling blue current turned dark, thick, and red as blood. The transformation swept through the river like a wave of judgment. Fish writhed and died on the surface. Birds scattered from the shore. The smell was unbearable, and it didn't stop at the Nile. Streams, ponds, and even water, stored in clay jars throughout Egypt, were turned to blood. Egypt's lifeblood had become a sign of death. Servants rushed to Pharaoh with the news. His face was unreadable, but his heart remained unyielding. Rather than bending to God's will, Pharaoh turned and walked back into his palace. He would not let Israel go. He pretended not to see the crimson warning flowing before his eyes. But this was only the beginning. More signs, more wonders, and more devastation were on the way. Pharaoh had no idea just how far the Lord's hand would go to free his people. If you want to know what happened next, and how God's power would shake Egypt to its very foundations, make sure you subscribe. The next plague will leave you speechless.